Pak, mohon izin dulu sebentar, deg-degan dulu nih.
Pak DCM, Pak Fikri, selamat datang.
Selamat datang.
Ya Pak, selamat siang.
Cheers.
Pak Fikri, selamat siang Pak.
Halo Ibu Indah.
Siang, Pak.
Selamat datang.
Selamat datang.
Ya Pak, selamat siang.
Halo Bu Nova.
Pak Fikri, selamat siang Pak.
Halo Ibu Indah. Halo. Bentar, saya set up dulu nih. Oke.
Harus nyiapin kopi nih.
Ada di sini Pak, mau share?
Ah, ini
Ayo,
kopi
cheers.
Toraja.
Asyik. Ini kopi apa ya? Dari ini, Terutung mungkin. Tapi gelasnya, gelas Latvia.
Kopi Toraja.
Ya. Pak Din Wahid atau Pak Ferry. Bapak yang mana nih yang barusan minum
Pak
kopi?
Fikri.
Pak Ferry?
Bukan,
Pak Fikri.
Bapak DCM, Bapak.
Ah, Bapak.
Pak DCM Bu, Pak Fikri.
Iya, ya. Halo, Pak.
Halo, halo. Galeri. Oke. Baru
Oh,
berenam.
Pak Denny, tolong
Ya.
accept Ibu Yuyun untuk ini untuk masuk, boleh?
Silakan Mbak Zara, Bu Yuyun untuk bisa di-admit dulu katanya Mbak Zara.
Ya.
Sudah.
Mbak Yusuf, selamat bergabung.
Ya, selamat siang Bu, Bapak
Selamat
semuanya.
siang. Selamat bergabung Bu Yuyun.
Iya.
Ada SM tuh posisinya
Selamat
sebelah mana sih itu kok?
Mana,
Pintu
Pak?
masuknya kelihatan.
Halo Mbak Yuyun.
Enggak, saya buka dulu ya.
Sup,
Oke.
kopi
Ya,
Toraja.
gimana,
nih,
Pak?
Sup. Kopi Toraja.
Selamat sore.
Kopi Toraja mana?
Pak Denny,
Ya Bu.
Bu Yuyun, mungkin kita bisa sound check sebentar.
Oke, baik. Ini mati dulu. Enggak.
Kalau kita mute semua Pak Denny, Bu
Oh
Yuyun.
baik,
Ya.
coba ya. Kita coba ya.
Oke.
Saya buka Bu Yuyun saja. Bu Yuyun di-unmute silakan. Ibu Yuyun di-unmute dulu, Bu.
Saya unmute.
Ya, sudah. Silakan, Bu.
Oke.
Ya, kita coba sebentar.
Kita cek sound ya.
Ya, cek sound.
Oke. Kita coba lagu yang kencang aja ya, biar kita
Ya, ya, kita coba. Silakan, Bu.
Can't take my eyes off you. You would be like heaven to touch. Oh, I wanna hold you so much. As long as love I'm around, and I thank God I'm alive. Out of the way that I stand, there's nothing else to say. Inside of you, if you weak, oh, there is no blood left in me. But it feels like I feel. You let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby, and if it's one or other, baby, you are my lonely night. I love you, baby. Trust me when I'm there. So get it, oh pretty baby, oh pretty mama, oh pretty baby. Now that I want to tell you, let me love you, baby. Let me love you. Di Jakarta lagi maghrib.
Baik. Seperti itu Bu Ine hasilnya suaranya.
Gimana, lumayan?
Terlalu jauh suaranya.
Masih jauh ya?
Terlalu jauh.
Ke mic-nya, tapi lumayan sih ada kedengaran sih, cuman kurang dekat ya.
Oh, suara saya, musiknya?
Musiknya
Suara sama musiknya terlalu jauh dari mic laptop atau HP kali.
Oh, oke.
Tapi
Berarti
walaupun Ibu udah kelihatan mengeluarkan tenaga dan suaranya gitu, tapi kedengarannya itu jauh Bu Yuyun.
Oh, oke.
Deketin, maju kamu.
Oke.
Kecil banget.
Jadi saya mesti ya oke.
Nah,
Saya-
kalau
saya-
posisi sekarang nih, silakan Bu Yuyun ngomong coba.
Oke, halo 1 2 3.
itu udah.
Nah, ini suaranya bagus.
Iya, oh berarti emang saya harus deket ya. Saya harus
Harus
deket.
dekat ya.
Kalau tadi
Oke,
terlalu
siap,
jauh.
siap.
Oke.
Tadi saya kejauhan ya.
Iya.
Oke, agarit. Oke, berarti di sini posisinya.
Iya.
Gitu. Oke, siap. Jadi saya jaraknya nggak boleh lebih dari 1 meter. Tadi saya 1 meter lebih.
Oh
Harus
iya.
di sini. Ya, oke. Soalnya nggak boleh jauh dari mic. Iya, oke, siap.
Sudah kurang dari 15 menit. Bu
Oke.
Ine, berarti semua peserta udah boleh join ya Bu sama Mbak Zara
Iya.
untuk di admit.
Oke,
Ya.
baik.
Saya admit semua ya.
Iya.
Ini matiin dulu aja.
Kenapa dimatiin? Kamu tinggal geser doang ke sini. Kalau kamu nggak mau ngomong.
Soalnya ekonya nggak ngomong.
Ya udah.
Kencengin aja. Sesi juga. Siapa?
Edit kayak ini.
Liefde op het eerste gezicht. Ik kan het niet anders omschrijven. Je guitige oranje posters, je vlotte babbel en die lekkere router van je. Maar dat was bijna 5 jaar geleden. Het enige wat ik nu nog van je krijg is ieder jaar een hogere prijs.
Herkenbaar? Stap dan nu over naar T-Mobile thuis tijdens de break-up weken. Tijdelijk met €30 voordeel op je activatie. Kijk op t-mobile.nl/thuis of ga naar jouw T-Mobile shop.
De tuin in met Gamma. Nu 30%. Korting op alle tuinstoelen, tafels en tuinbanken. Alles uit mijn tuin halen? Ik kan het. Gamma.
Jij bent een echte rockster, dat weet iedereen. Wie kent niet je spectaculaire luchtgitaarsolo's waarbij je vingers pijlsnel over de denkbeeldige gitaarhals schieten? Jouw optreden mag dus niet onderbroken worden. Met Premium kun je altijd en overal jouw favoriete nummers downloaden en offline afspelen. Perfect voor levende legendes zoals jij. Tik nu op de banner en geniet 3 maanden lang van Premium voor maar €9,99.
Ojo gelo
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you have the time, you have the time. Yes. Shall we begin now? Everyone is in the room. Yeah. Thumbs up. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and well, good morning to some of you, and good evening to Indonesia. We'd like to welcome you to this time with the heritage of Indonesia and the story of JAMU. And we will begin. I'll be your dirigent today with a stick here. And we will have two welcomes speech today first from the initiative taker, Ibu Ine Wawaruntu from the Hibiscus Teaching Organization, and from the Honorable, the Excellencies of the Indonesian Embassy for the Netherlands, Mr. Fikri Kasidi, and then we will have Miss Nova Dewi from Indonesia, Sui or JAMU, and then we will have question and answer afterwards. And then, meanwhile, Ibu Dewi, Nova Dewi, telling about the JAMU, you may use the chat room to write your questions. And then when the time for question and answer, we will have your questions to be answered. Otherwise, we will send you the answers through email that you've sent to us. And then we'll stay tuned. We will have a special guest from Indonesia, one of the biggest and most talented Indonesian musician, Mrs. Yuyun George. And then we will have another short video from Ibu Nova Dewi. And I would like to welcome everyone. We start with Ibu Ine Wawaruntu from Hibiscus. Maybe everyone can still listen to, because I didn't see my hand here. Can you still hear my voice instead? Yeah, it's my voice still. I keep it. You can try to put Pak Denny. You can put both mine and Ibu Ina. I still can't hear her voice. It's fantastic with technology, but it can be when it's working. But we have the whole afternoon, the whole evening. It's all right. Padeni is working on it. You still hear? Yeah, I can hear. I can see people knocking. Yes, yeah. Well, meanwhile, you can hear my voice, right? Still can hear. Okay. Yes, I'd like to welcome again Mr. Fikri Kasidi, and from the Cultural Education Attaché, Mr. Din Wahid, from the Trade Attaché, Ibu Dewi Rokayati, and we have Mrs. Tanti Widyanti from the Indonesian Embassy in Stockholm. everyone is welcome. And let's see if it's working. Where is Ibu Ina? Or can we try with Bapak Fikri maybe? If Ina is not.
Jenny?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Take it over.
Good afternoon from the Netherlands to everybody. This is the charm of technology, what just happened now. Honorable Deputy Chief of Mission of the Republic Indonesia for the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mr. Fikri Kasidi, Cultural Education Attaché, Mr. Din Wahid, Trade Attaché, Mrs. Dewi Rokayati. Warm welcome also to Minister Counselor of Economic Affairs from the Embassy for the Kingdom of Sweden, Mrs. Tanti Widyastuti, the Chairperson of the Association of Indonesian JAMU and Traditional Medicine Entrepreneurs, Mrs. Rani Sarman. Welcome. The Chairman of Herbal Health Tourism from Tawangmangu, Mr. Ahmad Saiku. And I believe that the Dean of the Faculty of Cultural Sciences of University of Indonesia, Mr. Adri Wawuruntu, has joined us too. The Chairperson of Indonesian Diaspora in the Netherlands, Dr. Lani Prajaraharja. And I would like also give a warm greetings to Dr. Retno Iswari Tranggono, the only inventor of cosmetica on scientific base from Indonesia. And all ladies and gentlemen, lovers of JAMU Indonesia, precious heritage of Indonesia from all corners of the world. It's a great honor for the Hibiscus Foundation to welcome you all to this webinar. During the pandemic of COVID-19, many lessons being shared in our life journey. We are being reminded what are important values we have and what we seek in our life. JAMU's story and history are essential aspects in connecting people in Indonesia and the world. People who love Indonesia culture and heritage. Please allow me to gratitude all of you for joining this webinar. Also, my greatest gratitude to my friend, Ms. Nova Dewi, who was born in a JAMU-loving family and naturally grew up drinking JAMU. Today, she will share her knowledge and belief in JAMU with us. And also my greatest gratitude to the Indonesian Embassy for the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Rumah Budaya Indonesia, The Hague, for the collaboration. I would like also to thank ALSI Nederland for the collaboration, Ms. Yuyun George for your support in music, and last but not least, the most important, all members of the organizing committee who has supported in making this event a success. Please enjoy this webinar, and I hope to see you again in another occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Ina. And we would like to welcome the Honorable and Excellency of the Republic of Indonesia, representative of our country, Indonesia, the Deputy Chief, Mr. Vicky Cassidy, please, Bapak, to welcome us.
Thank you very much, Ibu Jenny. First of all, since all the participants come from all corners of the world, so probably the most accurate greetings will be good day to everybody here in the webinar. And first of all, I would like to give high appreciation to Hibiscus Stichting, through Bu Ine and all the organizer in preparing and also conducting this webinar. This webinar is very timely. If not, actually we can do it also a bit sooner, but I think timely is the right word in here. So why we call it timely? Because I think Bu Ine already mentioned some of the aspect that I would like to also to highlight, which is we are all here all over the world experiencing and also having COVID-19 as the global pandemic. And of course, when there is challenges, there is also opportunities. All of our challenges in COVID-19 is how we can not only survive, but also we can find medicine or vaccine that will help us go through this period of COVID-19. But most importantly, I think it's not only finding the vaccine or the medicine, but how to stay healthy, because that's the most important for everybody, that we have stay healthy, and then we can all together joining hand in combating COVID-19. So the opportunity here is actually, since JAMU is a traditional health drink, and I believe all of the webinar participants have also experiencing drinking JAMU. The JAMU is believed not only as a traditional health drink, but also believed to have an important remedy. For example, I remember when I was in the primary school, my mother always asked me to drink beras kencur. I don't know whether it's in English, but I think most of you know that's a traditional jamu, which is for children, usually to increase our appetite so we can grow more healthy on that one. And I remember when my mother giving birth to my younger sister, after that, she drink Galian Singset. It's like a slimming jamu for usually for women who just gave birth. And there are also other jamu available. When I was very young, still in primary school, the jamu sellers actually come from one area to area. So it's like Bo Jamu is the peddlers. But now the jamu is not only make it through traditional way, but also in the more industrial scale. And we can find it so many jamu in the different package, whether it's in bottles or in also in sachet. My wish from this seminar is that not only we all give our support to jamu itself for selling the jamu, but also for drinking jamu, we also can come out from this webinar. How can we also strengthen the network itself? Because jamu cannot promote itself. We have to promote. Everybody needs to promote it. Not only from the association of the jamu itself or the producer, but also all of us from the embassy and everybody. So with this, I would like to finish my remarks and give back the microphone to our lovely moderator, Ibu Jenny. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a good webinar.
Thank you very much, Bapak Fikri, Mr. Fikri Cassidy. Thank you for the warm welcome speech. And yes, there are many of us that really, this is for me, myself, this is my first time to join the JAMU seminar, how this JAMU will be like, yeah, it's part of my life already since I was little, but this is my real first time to join the seminar. And I'd like to welcome Ms. Nova Dewi to present her seminar and tell about her story about JAMU, that you could actually, what I heard, you could actually plant them in your balcony or your garden and then mix them. Which one to mix? And welcome, Ms. Nova Dewi.
Thank you, Ibu Jenny. Good day. Thank you for everybody to join our webinar session this evening in Jakarta time. First of all, thank you so much for the support from the embassy in the Netherlands, Indonesian embassy in The Hague. Pak Fikri, thank you very much for sparing time and to join us tonight in Jakarta. Thank you also to Ibu Ina from Hibiscus to welcome me here to share JAMU's story, and also all of the team that has been participated from the embassy and also from all over Indonesia and the world. So for this opportunity, I think that from my heartfelt, I think that people who love Indonesian culture and heritage must know Indonesian JAMU. Like for myself, I grew up in the family of JAMU lifestyle consumption from my grandmother and my great-grandmother. We all being introduced JAMU since our childhood. And this pandemic, COVID-19 has been very challenging for us all. We haven't been able to see face to face, but I think with the spirit of Indonesian everywhere in the world, we still want to share that JAMU as our local wisdom and heritage, which empirically already been proven throughout generations. We want to reshare that it's not only about JAMU as a product, but there's behind JAMU as philosophy, JAMU as story, JAMU of history, that connecting people from all over the world, because we have so many Indonesians spread all over the world. So in this webinar session, we will share JAMU as a learning process. We will share that this time JAMU is also a remedy that we can have daily wherever we are, and it's a quest, because we actually now being challenged to stay healthy, to boost our stamina, and to stay happy, not only in our faith, but also spiritually, mentally, physically as well. So today I would love to share how JAMU is an essential as nature healing and natural remedies, and much to our health condition is as a result of our way of life. So before I continue to do my PowerPoint presentation, I would like Pak Denny to share a short video about JAMU's story and history of them in Indonesia. Thank you. Thank you, Pak Denny. So we can start our.
Thank you, Mbak Nova, for sharing the short video containing very clear history from JAMU from the past until now. Before we continue with the JAMU story with Miss Nova Dewi, I would like to ask all the participants of this webinar to on your video, because we will make a group picture of this webinar. So then I will call, we will make 4 times 4 pictures because we can only accommodate 20 pictures. So we have to do it 4 times. I'll check. Okay. So everybody has their video on. Okay, Pak Danny, ready? Okay. The first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Pak Danny. Second one. Second one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. The third one. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, thank you, everybody. Let's continue with Miss Nova Dewi.
Okay. Such a wonderful evening from Jakarta to see everybody from all over the corner of the world. And also, I noticed Ibu Rani from GP JAMU as well joining us. Thank you so much. So, Ibu Rani in Indonesia has been always support to startup and also for the movement of JAMU for the young millennials to be introduced to more on the lifestyle. So today our talk is about art of healing. So why I'm connecting art and healing, we will also be also able to watch the presentation that is going to be prepared by Pak Denny. So when we talk about JAMU's story, I think everybody can relate to history and also story of exploration of spice road going through Indonesia to everywhere in the world. So why today, as the very challenging time to be healthy and to stay healthy, we want to present together with Stitching Hibiscus about the art of healing. So art of healing, it's not only we're talking about as a holistic, it's both emotional and physical healing. Yeah, so when we talk about healing, automatically in our mind, it will be triggering, it's about curing, which is like curing without healing is also possible, but also healing. Healing meaning healing without curing is also possible. But then what we want to emphasize with JAMU, we believe in our lifestyle in Indonesia that JAMU is utilizing and promoting all of the nature ingredients of the plants that's available in Indonesia that has a signature of such rich soil that's not available, like the ginger that's grown in Indonesia will be different taste and different strength from ginger that's grown in other part of the world. So when we want to talk about art, art is more on the the art. It's more on you can touch art within in our life to boost our health. So meaning that this something to do with creative process that also can be part of us in utilizing and making jamu or processing jamu from wherever we are, everywhere in the world. So, of course, for healing, we can check on the slide 2. Denny, please go to slide 2. So when we see this picture, I think everybody who has ever come to Indonesia have seen or come across these jamu ladies. These jamu ladies has been empirically throughout the generations, bring this jamu in their basket, going around and do the jamu mixology for the special health purposes. It's actually something that I see is an art, because there's an art of mixing. Everybody is different. Everybody's body, mind, and soul, spiritually, mentally, it's all have different needs. So when we say why making jamu is also something very artsy these days, and also involving creative process, because it's also about self-expression. It's about emotional reparations. It's actually is about conflict resolution as well. And it's a transformation, because we want to listen. We want to listen back to our body, what our body needs, especially just during COVID-19. If we don't want to be aware of our environment, you know, drinking jamu, as this jamu lady, they are fighting every day for surviving and, you know, economically to support their family. But also in Indonesia, jamu means jampi usodo. So jamu from two Japanese old Sanskrit, which is jam is jampi or prayer, and usada or usodo. Usada in Balinese means health. So it's actually a prayer of health. So why we're connecting that, an expression that we drink, we eat, how we move, how our thought process, your thought process, how we feel, and the environment and the social connection, it actually drives us to believe. If we don't believe in the power of nature, of self-healing, the nature wouldn't respond to our body as well. So this is very important before we actually make something that is healthy. It creates energy because everything comes from the nature. So we have to make the connectivity between cure and healing, not just about healing. So curing, we're still waiting for the vaccine of COVID-19, but in the meantime, we can heal our environment in the smallest circle that we can do. So then we can be aware of the hygiene and how to choose the right ingredients, how to process the right ingredients. Because at the end of the day, when we healed, we can, meaning that we can take the pain away, we can take the anxiety away. And so in this creative kind of making jamu today, from everywhere in the world, we're not being able to travel. So maybe when you are missing Indonesia and missing jamu in Indonesia, we like to share how to do jamu making. wherever you are, to stay healthy, to stay boosting in spirit, so we can be able to meet each other again in the near future. So I would love to share the slide number 2, which is the part of ingredients of JAMU. So there are 8 part of JAMU ingredients from the plant. So JAMU is actually plant-based or botanical-based drink. So when we say, or we actually explain what is JAMU, JAMU is Indonesian traditional healing drinks. So it's actually, we want to keep it very simple and we want to relate back. It's not about high-tech product, you know, but of course, when we process JAMU, it takes a lot of science as well behind it. So when we want to make JAMU, we have to prepare actually our heart, so then we can become whole. Like healing is connecting ourselves and the nature and become whole. So that's the key distinction as well between curing and healing. So when we see this roots, this is all exotic roots of Indonesia. Like alang-alang, I don't think it's available in the European country. I think it's mostly available in Southeast Asia. So alang-alang, and also we have so many exotic roots like sweet roots. We call it licorice, sweet roots atau akar manis. Itu that's also a very important part of Indonesian natural sweetener. So we want to experience the nature of each character of the plants. So when we do our own mixology or jamu making at home for our stamina and for our immunity, we want to also not just following the recipe, but I would love you to also understand the character of each plant and the not only the benefits, but also the taste, because taste is so rich, and the taste is actually the key to make our jamu delicious and amazing to be consumed by the whole family. Because we know that we want to take away the word medicine. We want to highlight the benefit in terms of preventive promotion. And that's the 2 parts that we want to highlight in this Jamu art healing as a promotive method and also as a preventive method. Yeah. So if we see alang-alang, pandan, pandan is also exotic root. Also, we can see a lot of these plants in Southeast Asia. But of course, Indonesian pandan that grows in the land of Indonesia will have different taste and fragrance as well. And then other exotic leaves, we have a lot of moringa in Indonesia. We have lots of also leaves. So when we see this dictionary of herbs, we have actually 30,000 species of plants in this world. But then only about 2,670 species of medicinal plants. So if you imagine Indonesia, such huge land and islands, we have different kind of story of culture, also story of culinary, and also story of herbs and spices behind each island. So we have in Indonesia is 303 ethnic and also across from our 24 province. So really welcome you to come and visit Indonesia and experience this Jamu healing and also Jamu story from each region. So we say that, of course, it's very difficult to find pandan, but then we can still now focus on its ingredients that's available wherever you are. Yeah. So the leaf, like in European country or in Belgium, I saw my friend Gabriel also joining. I think everywhere in the world we have bay leaf. So bay leaf atau in Indonesian daun salam, it's actually very important ingredients of healing. It can reduce a lot of symptoms of diabetic, blood pressure. So it's actually very super plants, super herbs that we can find everywhere in the world. Of course, it will be interesting to see different kind of bay leaf from everywhere in the world. So we have to implement why it's different between Indonesian JAMU and Indian Ayurveda or such other natural remedies all over the world. Because Indonesia JAMU has exotic roots. So we say roots in our rhizomes, kunyit. So if you see the shape of kunyit, maybe this is the old or the special exotic kunyit that we have and we use in Indonesia to make jamu. Of course, it's different shape. If you see the usual kunyit or turmeric, when you check in your local market, so this is the example of kunyit that shape differently and also taste differently. When we talk about ginger in Indonesia, we have so many species of ginger. We have red ginger, white ginger. We call it like elephant ginger. We have jahe emprit. We call it ginger is jahe in Indonesia. And then how we can mix and match, like in the Netherlands, there's a lot of leaves or herbs that we can utilize also locally. For example, you can use a lot of like rosemary, basil. In Netherlands, you drink a lot of mint and use a lot of mint as well for your culinary. And what else? Parsley, thyme, sage, fennel, basil. I think this is all can be incorporated to become a nice jamu in your country, wherever you are, because it's your land. You have to be connecting to your body, and you have to understand it from wherever you are. So the healing journey of jamu. If we see the next slide, Pak Denny, please change. Yeah, so this is actually the way in Indonesia, I call it the art of drinking jamu. So there is a cakoan, atau in Indonesia we call it like it's actually a fresh press. So we do fresh shots in the more cool terms, to use cakoan. And then it's actually it's like a first aid kit. Yeah, when we have this especially just during pandemic, we have to be really aware of our family. If anyone catch a cold, if anyone cough or not feeling well in terms of their throat, it means that there's a symptom of inflammation. So we can treat it quickly. As a highlight earlier that I shared, that this is about preventive and promotive. Yeah, we don't want us to be sick and then seeking for curative jamu drink. It will be not pleasant. When we say that jamu as bitter taste, because it's medicine. Medicine is bitter. So we want to enjoy jamu drink as sweet as it can be naturally, but of course we have to maintain ourselves to be healthy. So wedangan, so if you see wedangan, it's something that we can do using our French press, or we can use we call it plunger. So the process is use your grater sometimes people just use the method of chopping, but then to get maximum benefit, you do a fine grating of these roots so that you can get the extract naturally, and then you can use the shredded ginger or turmeric is inside your plunger. Yeah, so this is called wedangan, and then you can mix it up to 17 kind of herbs and spices that you can put. That's so many to balance the taste that it's actually you can learn one by one, step by step. Okay, so you have to introduce this herb as healing to our body, not quickly directly to create something with 17 herbs and spice, but start with a simple as 3 or 5 or 7 and then 9. Yeah. And then we also have this godokan in the right right corner. We call it Indonesian godokan. Godokan meaning that we boil all of the dried ingredients. So in godokan, we don't use fresh ingredients, but we use dried ingredients. Yeah, so dried ingredients, there are such rare plants that's also only grow in high altitude and in the land of, for example, in Kalimantan, maybe you heard about bajaka, that's like very exotic plants. And also there's pasak bumi. And then we can't get it fresh because for logistically, we need to process it to become dried. And for example, we are not really now getting in touch to have medicinal garden, which hopefully from after this session, I hope that everybody can start to do a herbal garden at your home. So you can start to get connecting back with your nature, because with this healing process, it's not instant, yeah, it takes time. It takes our energy to digest and to translate and interpret, so then our body can absorb the right properties. So jamu godokan atau boiling jamu, meaning that we don't use fresh ingredients because the particle is much better when we can use the fresh one for the fresh, such making fresh juice. So you can use it blending with fruit and vegetables as well. Now, in the jamu godokan, such rare bitter plants, in Indonesia, it's called sambiloto and brotowali. That's the bitter jamu. So we are actually, in my family, also encouraged to have bitter plants or bitter food or bitter drinks once a week, because it's actually promoting our health as well. But then also there are a lot of instant jamu that's already being prepared. So for example, when we want to travel, we can't bring fresh ingredients. So there are a lot of Indonesian jamu companies, pharmacy companies that also produce jamu instantly as well. In the next slide, Pak Denny, we can see this is the actually new interesting drink called jamu millennial or jamu fusion. So we can see that we can mix and match with vegetable or fruits, yeah. So then it can be more appealing to the younger generation. So this jamu tradition should be passed on so that it can be treasured and preserved throughout the generation. In the next slide, we see that this Mbok Jamu, back to the story of this Jamu as healer. So she make it everything manually, yeah. And then when we do this art jamu making at home, we can go back to the basic one to learn. So then start using the grater, start using your pestle, start doing everything simply by storing everything in glass bottles or glass jars so that it can be much more hygiene and it can be absorbed in our body with lots of health benefits. So healing journey and jamu, if we see the center or the focus is we have to back to care about our emotional healing and also mental healing. Yeah. So I think this is very tough time, but I hope everywhere in wherever you are, we can stay strong, stay positive together, so we can be able to boost our stamina, build our stamina, and maintain our stamina. So, and then for the people who already believe in Jamu, let's keep sharing this Jamu story. So then a lot of people can understand about Jamu history, Jamu benefits, and we can together reclaim our strength. Yeah, and also we can be because health it's not just being given. We have to treasure it. Yeah, we have to keep it safe in our body and in our environment. So a lot of people already reminding us in lots of WhatsApp group or WhatsApp messages to be healthy, stay with the nature, get some sun. I think social distancing, this is all about keeping the balance in the nature. So I think this session is really hopefully it will be useful for everybody to learn more and then to start using herbs and spices in your own space for promoting health benefits. So you can also mix it with coffee and you can mix it with your tea as well to be able to enjoy it better. So the last slide, which is we want to share. This is jamu in Indonesia, mostly always being associated with something bitter. Yes, jamu has a lot of taste. We have sweet, sour, spicy. So pahit means bitter. Of course, it's always associated with this taste. And obat or medicine, of course, obat, sometimes when we think about obat, it's healing. When we is not well, we drink obat. Obat meaning that it's actually when you want to explore the taste, it will be bitter. But it's okay. We want to change the mindset together that it's not as medicine, it's more on the preventive and promotive healthy drink, remedial drink. And it's not about minuman orang tua atau old-fashioned drink. It's today's drink. This is the time we reclaim jamu in our life everywhere we are as part of our lifestyle as Indonesian and for other people to learn about Indonesian culture. And when you want to take jamu, please think about how you actually use natural vitamins or supplement also for our body. So in terms of this jamu, the art of healing. So the art of healing, it's not just about a phrase. It's also about how we actually look back, how we actually needs to fix what is not right in our body system. So this healing experience, it can be about touch, because now we cannot touch, but then touch meaning that we can put our hand together and then we pray. Yeah. And then like touch ourselves, you know, to give energy, because we can't really hug, and you know, it's kind of different symptom now than before. So now we can more appreciating how we can actually interact with people. I know this is like not easy time for me, for everybody. We now have to be able to believe that this pandemic will be one day it's going to be over, but then we have to work hard for it, not only from our community, yeah, but start from ourselves. And this, I believe that when we believe that JAMU is part of ourselves, our healing process, our boosting stamina, our health system will accelerate itself, you know, triggering and overflowing the energy for our not only spiritual, mental health, but also physical health. And we can also use a lot of ways, yeah, of experiencing JAMU. So as drink, also as food, we have a lot of Indonesian lovely food that can be incorporated with fresh herbs and spices. And also as aromatherapy or massage oil, this is all part of Indonesian way. So we can see in the next slide. Yeah, so we can do ourselves at home to do make scrub or lulur, and then make mask with herbs and spices. And also for this is all not only for women, but it's both for men and women. Yeah, of course the ratus is only for women, but scrub, lulur, and masker, it can be associated with relaxation at home. So next slide. So when we want to explore about different kind of herbs and spices of Indonesia, that it's have very powerful resources for our self-healing and self-remedies. It can be associated with many things that part of Indonesian herbs and spices, like the culinary and also for the local drink. So we have such rich culture of herbs drink from all over Indonesia, not only in Central Java, but there's a lot of exploration of JAMU experience in Sumatra, Kalimantan, Java, Sulawesi, and also in the Papua, in Papua or Irian. Yeah, so this is all the exploration that we can also learn in the future about JAMU and our healing properties of exotic herbs and spices in Indonesia. And then when we have it in the right composition, so there you should be aware that we want to maintain this health system in our body, familiar with many different spice and herbs, so then we don't get any side effect of having everything too much. Yeah, especially when it's natural, everything will be digest naturally as well in our body. So in the next slide, it's my last thank you for this moment of presentation of JAMU as healing arts. And we can be aware that during this pandemic, many people using a lot of technology to access many information, many meetings. So let's stay positive and live well, everybody. And I hope that we can meet again and collaborate and do a lot of activation and introducing JAMU in everywhere in the corner of the world together with the Indonesian embassies. Thank you so much. I return the time to Ibu Jenny Sinaga. Thank you.
Yes, I'm unmuting myself. Thank you very much. We're enjoying very much, Ms. Nova, this introduction of the Indonesian wisdom and the benefits of the teaching of living with the natural ingredients. We have some questions here at the chat area, but we may actually have three person. Sorry, for the first I would say we had a little bit problem earlier with the sound, and maybe we should check about the YouTube sound as well. We have the IT expert at the embassy, Pak Denny. Are we there with the sound? I see at the chat and from my mobile as well. I can't hear anything. Everything is good. Yes. Yeah. And I can't see in the screen who's raising their hand. We have. Is it okay for everyone to do the whole program, even though it's a little bit more than what we're thinking? It's okay? Thumbs up? Bapak, Fikri, okay? Yes, all right. And probably some of us just came into the room. Can we take 2 more picture or 4 more picture? Yeah, I see that someone, I just came in, sorry. Is it okay, Danny? Yes, all right. Should we do 1, 2, 3? Cheese. Everyone is turning their head like this. I don't know why. All right, everyone is 2. The second one. And the third one. Good. Yes. The fourth is okay. We're done. Oh, one more time.
One more.
Yes, great. I have one question. Oh no, I should save it actually, probably. We should give it to the attendees to raise their hand. Who can see? I can't see everyone. We need 3. We can actually have only 3, and then we read some of the in the room chat room. Pak Denny kan bisa ya? Yes, yeah.
Jenny, the one who has question, maybe they can raise their hand like this.
Hand, yes.
Dr. Retno, I saw Dr. Retno Tranggono, Mr. Thomas Hartono, and anyone else?
Mr. Cindy, Miss Cindy.
Miss Cindy.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 3. So Pak Denny, maybe you can unmute. We start with Dr. Retno. Dr. Retno,
Yeah.
please say your question.
Yeah. Nowadays, Indonesian people know herbal medicine as like kelor leaf. Kelor leaf, just like tea drinks to stimulate the immune system, and also the pare fruit to cure or to prevent cancer. Yeah. That's a question then.
Okay. Let us inventory first. And then the turn goes to Mr. Thomas Hartono, Pak Denny. Maybe you can mute Dr. Retno by now and unmute. Yeah. Mr. Thomas, please, your question.
Thank you very much. I'm from the KP JAMU. Burani is the president of the KP JAMU and I'm the vice president. Just to add about the Nova, Devi already explained. She already explained a lot of the JAMU history and very nice. I don't know where Nova has all this science, but it is very nice that she already explained everything. But now I want to add something. The problem now in the history of the JAMU of Indonesia, this old system of the JAMU, what Nova explained, says, I'm sorry, it will be maybe in the another 10 years, people will forget it, everybody. Because now, in the modern time, even the JAMU Pharma factory already developed the product in the new system like the capsule, pills, liquid, and also in the drinks, and also the phytopharmaca one, who can claim later as the heal of the diseases. So the only story that I want to explain is we, the KP JAMU, Burani, and all the teams try to talk to the Badan POM or the Indonesian FDA how to promote the JAMU, the old style of the drinking of the JAMU, the lifetime that we can still keep in the history of the Indonesia, that not everybody in the modern time only just taking very easily because they are very busy and so on, to take the simple one like the JAMU and the liquid and the drinks. So there is very pity that in 10 or 20 years, the history of the drinking JAMU will be forgotten by everybody, especially the young people. So now the young people also, the new generation, explore the new type of the drinking of the JAMU by, let's say, making the JAMU cafe and so on and so on. This is a type of the style of the drinking JAMU that we cannot avoid because this is the modern time. But even though we try with the government, the Department of Tourism, the Badan POM, Department of the Industry, Department of Health, to keep the way how to drink the JAMU like the old time. But this is only just, let's say, keep as the culture of the Indonesia. What Nova Devi already explained is very nice, but very pity that we have to have a two-way now. The old time to drink the JAMU and the new time how to drink the JAMU and so on. But it's okay because we have to adapt the new time of the JAMU. The new big JAMU industry already developed it. If you have in the market, you see that the promotion of the JAMU liquid, JAMU drinks is a lot in the television, that people didn't think about how to drink the JAMU like 50 years ago. But still, people will remember it. And sometimes the old people still, mostly in the village, doing themselves to cook the JAMU, the old style like Nova already explained. But we asking the people to think about how to develop the JAMU of Indonesia to export, because now is our time to export to the, especially in the Holland, that people know the JAMU already. But in the pandemic time, we have a difficulties to develop everything. We just survive in Indonesia market, but not in the world. But hope that in the November, everything will be end, and then we can develop and export again. So we are thank you very much for people all in this Zoom conference that already have a theme of the JAMU.
Yeah.
That will help the JAMU market now and maybe later. So
Thank you
thank you
very
very much.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hartono. And there are many questions here. I should pick one interesting question here. That do you do the JAMU course, but Nova Dewi? Because it seems like we have only short of time now. Are we going to make a new course probably? Of course, we would like to have a live course that you coming to Sweden, to London, to Ireland, to Holland, everywhere. Yes, and one other one. Yes, Hartono, I think maybe already said about the young people nowadays. So what is our duty? Our duty is not a duty. What is the best thing to do for the young people? Well, we are still young in our 50s and 60s and 70s, some of us. And this is very, very good, I think. And we love to see you again. Please, Ms. Nova.
Yeah, this is, I think, homework for us as diaspora, Bu Jenny, to stimulate our friends to drink jamu. What do you think, Ibu Nova?
Yeah, I think we have to work together to promote and to preserve this way of drinking jamu as it is in our history of what jamu, yeah. But I think there are a lot of improvement to be made in terms of many aspects, and then we have to keep learning every day to make the right process of balance. So for example, that I just quickly want to touch Ibu Dr. Retno Tranggono question regarding Kelor and Pare. Pare is bitter gourd, and then Kelor is moringa. It's actually very, very good. Part of Indonesian jamu. So there are this is our job to share that exploration of jamu. It's not about the recipe or menu that we familiar with, like kunyit asam, beras kencur, but there are so many more that we can explore to create a lot of beautiful exotic drinks of jamu. So we definitely reply all of the questions in the chat room. We will inventory and reply by email. I would love to extend my gratitude for this talk and being attended by our friends in the KBRI di Den Haag. Is there any more time for us to meet again? We would love to actually do it again to have further course online course or demo or anything that will be able to work together to share about Jamu Indonesia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we will present Mrs. Yuyun George. We'd like to listen to her beautiful touch on her saxophone. And then stay tuned. We will have a short, short video from Mbak Nova, Miss Nova. Yeah. Do we have Pak Denny, Miss Yuyun? Yes. Yeah, there she is. When Mr. Bush or all the presidential meetings in the palace in Indonesia, Miss Yuyun always there, Mrs. Yuyun George. And I've known this family for 32 years now. I'm telling you how old I am. It's no problem. I'm still young all the time, right? We're all young. Please, Mrs. Yuyun.
Okay, I'm ready now. Okay, thank you for giving me a chance to perform here in webinar. Sorry. Here's the song Jali Jali. That's all.
Yay! That's great, fantastic. And the second one. And the second one. Thank you, Jolly Jolly. Lovely, Yuyun.
Ya, thank you. Apa lagi? It takes my eyes cover me. I am the way that I stand. There's nothing else to compare. The thought of you is me. Oh, there is so much. Let me see. Mind you free as I free. Oh, let me know that it's free. That's the door to the door. Don't take my hand over
Yuyun, no. Pak Denny, bisa tolong hidupkan, tertekan mungkin. Pak Denny bisa tolong hidupkan.
Terima kasih Ibu Yuyun. Terima kasih atas musiknya.
Iya.
Bu Jenny, let us continue.
Yes, yeah.
With the film.
Yeah, thank you very much for everyone, and thank you, yeah, Mbak Ina.
Yeah, thank you for everyone for attending this webinar.
Yeah.
We hope to be able to invite you in another webinar from Stichting Hibiscus in collaboration with the Embassy of Indonesia for the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Thank you, Ibu Jenny.
Yeah, and thank you for the IT expert at the embassy, Pak Dian, Pak Denny maksud saya, and Mbak Sarah, taking care of the all the videos. And oh yeah, here we go. Definitely. Yeah. So how are we now? Yuyun is still there?
Stay healthy
Yes.
and happy.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Stay safe. Don't forget to drink JAMU, and see you again. Thank you all.
Stay healthy. Please stay healthy with JAMU.
Bye. See you again. Oh, lovely colors background behind your screen. Hi, Gabriel. Sorry for everyone that hasn't been answered. Yes, we continue with you. Hi. We keep in touch. We can do with the chat if you stay. Thank you, Yuyun. Thank you, Bapak-bapak dari KBRI. Bapak Ladies and gentlemen.
Pak Fikri, Bapak adik Pak Din Wahid, Ibu Dewi dari Atda, Pak Yusuf, Mensosbud, Pak Denny untuk support teknis.
Ya.
Dan terima kasih untuk semua yang telah mengikuti acara ini.
I feel like I'm
Terima kasih untuk the speaker, the best one.
Oh yeah, Mbak Nova.
To mention the speaker, Miss Nova Dewi.
Yeah.
And thank you to the ceremony master, Ibu Jenny Sinaga.
Thank you, gue ditodong tadi ya. Salam kenal buat bapak-bapak di Belanda, bapak ibu semuanya, Ibu Retno, Mbak Dewi, Helena, and Gabriel is still there. Mbak Titin from Indonesia as well.
Ya, Pak Gabriel, saya ketemu di mana-mana. Di Museum Batik ada Pak Gabriel. Di webinar JAMU ada Pak Gabriel. Acara jazz Bapak Gabriel juga ada.
Really? Oh, he's enjoying his showing his shoes. Oh, ini wearing Bu Erna. Itu backgroundnya keren banget.
Ya, Bu Erna.
Dina, saya pamit dulu. Saya harus pergi dulu.
Iya,
terima kasih, Pak
terima kasih banyak.
Terima kasih banyak.
Ibu Jenny, terima kasih. Ibu Nova, terima kasih.
Sampai ketemu lagi nanti when the gate is open ya Pak ya.
Oke, sip.
Welcome to Sweden.
Bu Dewi, terima kasih.
Sama-sama Mbak Nova. Ya.
Dewi, terima kasih.
Semuanya Pak Muhammad Yusuf, Thomas Hartono. Siapa yang masih on? Mbak Helena di Harja. Di mana?
Pak Denny, sepertinya Bu Dewi ingin bicara Pak tadi. Tolong di-unmute.
Oh iya. Nakal nih Pak Denny. Sekarang baru boleh dibilang nakal.
Pak Denny, Bu Dewi Pak, di-unmute Pak.
Sudah Bu.
Oh, Bu Dewi.
Enggak sih, say hi aja sama Mbak Nova. Terima kasih sudah.
Say hi.
Tadi sebetulnya pengen menyampaikan yang disampaikan oleh Pak Thomas aja GP. Tadi kan beliau concern terhadap upaya kita untuk terus mempromosikan JAMU both in old ways dan juga in new ways. Dan beliau tadi juga menyampaikan untuk rencana untuk mengembangkan produk plant-based medicinal product ini untuk bisa ekspor terutama ke Belanda, dan saya support saja, cuman beliau udah nggak ada ya?
Kayaknya enggak ya.
Udah nggak ada ya? Udah nggak ada.
Tapi ini masih live on YouTube, bisa
masih live ini on YouTube ya.
Oke.
Bisa dijelaskan.
Jadi tentunya masih ada room and market opportunity for our plant-based medicinal products to Netherlands. But the thing that we have to consider is for Indonesian exporter has to consider the compliance with EU regulation on this product. I think that's the key, how to do or market our plant-based product to Netherlands. Mungkin itu Mbak Nova.
Bu Dewi, nanti bisa di-sharing rekaman dari webinar hari ini ya, mungkin jadi dipakai referensi untuk teman-teman di DP JAMU yang ingin semangat mendevelop produk untuk bisa. Iya, terima kasih Bu Dewi.
Sama-sama.
Dan buat keluarga semuanya.
Sama-sama.
Jumpa lagi.
Berjumpa lagi. Terima kasih
semuanya. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Mbak Ina idenya untuk mengadakan ini.